it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is day 4 of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And today's exclusive sketch was made by Jessica Michaels, and she has got 2 small photos, a couple of rays per se on each side, and then a little bit of decoration on the top, and then she put her title basically on the rays. So when I saw this sketch, I was like, oh, I know the cut file I want to use. So this is a cut file from Cut to You. It is called the Color Wheel. So I will link that down below. And I went ahead and cut just 4 pieces, just like are in the sketch. And then I have 2 small 3x4 photos that I am going to use in the center. So I was very particular when I cut the cut file that I put it in the center of the black paper so I can use the rest of it as a mat. I went into kind of my pre-made mixed media papers, things that I had done, just had for, a long time. And I pulled 2 of them out. I pulled this one, which is a stencil print with some candy coat in some green. And then another one from when I spilled my Heidi Swap Color Shine, and I just put a piece of paper on it and sopped it up. So the color shine, the gold was not, it wasn't big enough. I was just going to cover it all up. And so I'm going to do something else with that eventually. I don't actually have a plan right at the moment. So eventually I trimmed this white paper down on all sides. And then I realized that my stencil print is completely crooked on this paper. And I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it. I ultimately decided that I really wanted the stencil print to be straight. So in order to make that happen, I had to make the white paper crooked, which I have done before, and I do like it. It's definitely a little bit different. You get a little kind of out of the box. It's not just a complete mat around the paper. It's kind of wonky, and I think it works. Like, why not, right? You just do what you need, right? And so I had thought about backing the cut file, but again, I didn't want to cover up all this mixed media. And I felt like because it's a sketch by Jessica that it had to have mixed media on it, even though, funny enough, there's no mixed media in the background. But I bet that when she does her take on this sketch, it will definitely have mixed media. So I'm super excited to see that. She's amazing at mixed media. So I decided to not back the cut file and let that pretty mixed media shine through. So I have my 2 photos. I am going to mat them in white and black, just like the base of my layout, and I'm going to make them a little askewed, which is my typical, don't get me wrong, but I'm making them askewed to kind of go with the fact that the background paper is askewed as well. So I went ahead and just kind of stuck it together, and now I'm going to just add a little bit of Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to stick down that cut file because I know that's where I want it. And because it is a mixed media background, I decided to do the same with my photos, which is great until I decided that I needed to tuck things behind there. So funny enough, I didn't notice this before, but if you're a Star Wars person, doesn't that look like one of the flying things? Like you could totally cut this and make that. Huh. I might have to think about that if I have any more Star Wars photos to do. Anyway, so this is where I decided that I wanted to tuck a few things behind my photos. So I did have to rip it up from the paper. I wasn't really worried because I'm going to put it right back down. So even if I tear the paper behind it, it doesn't matter. So I have this packet of ephemera. Let's see if it's still on my desk somewhere. It's a Dear Lizzie pack, and I don't think I still have it on my desk. My desk is a mess. I mean, we are on day 4 and my desk is already a disaster. Oh, here it is. So She's Magic, I think is what it was called, because it's totally covered up by a Tuesday morning sticker. And this is from 2019, but I think it was called She's Magic. Oh, I wish I could see through it. So anyway, so I just kind of pulled a couple of blue and green items. I'm going to tuck those behind the left photo, and then there was a ticket that I put on the right side of the photo. And then I had some Bramble Fox frames that I'm going to put on my photos. And then I grabbed some Frazzle from Color Rush Studio. I'm going to put that up in the top where she has that little bit of embellishing. And then I'm also going to put it underneath my photo, as well as another branding strip. So that's exciting. And then my title is going to just say Out, because he's at first base. He is catching the ball. You see the person running, and he's already got the ball and practically doing the splits. This isn't even like the flattest to the splits that he's done, but I thought it was a good picture. So I have kind of like a play-by-play. So I'll write down which game this was, and hopefully if I know the score, or if they at least won. So I wanted to add a couple of staples because there are a couple of X's up at the top. So it was super easy to do in the top of the layout, but then when I wanted to put them down at the bottom, I had to like bend the layout, which is fine. It'll flatten out later. But as you can see right there, I made a T. I didn't make an X, but it is what it is. So that is going to do it for my layout. Make sure that you give Jessica some love for this sketch, as well as check out the playlist link down below. And that's going to do it for me today. So remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.